Hey, Rod, check it out, man.
What up? What up?
When you started, did you want to get your black belt?
You mean like when I first started, get a black belt?
Yeah.
Dude, I was lucky to get a stripe.
Lucky to get a stripe. Dude, I wanted to get my black belt when I first started. You didn't want that?
Man, I had no concept of that. It was just so foreign to me. I would just wanted to train, basically.
All right, man. We need to talk about that. In fact, we will on this next episode of Open Mat Chronicles.
All right, you guys, welcome back. Once again, another episode of Open Mat Chronicles. 1865 Rod here. We're coming at you guys once again. And as always, we got my man Schaefer in the house. What's up?
What's happening, everybody? Schaefer's in the house here for another fun-filled episode of Open Mat Chronicles. We're talking about some good stuff here. Something we we don't bump heads about because Rod and I rarely bump heads. But we kind of a little bit disagree on this one. So I'm interested. What are we talking about today, Rod?
Okay, so we're talking about, obtaining a black belt, is that the end goal for everybody, or for jiu-jitsu? Is that does everybody have to be a black belt, basically? Is that where the natural evolution of the, sport leads you to?
Right. Is the
Start jiu-jitsu?
training, are you training so that you can get a black belt?
Yeah.
Or are you just here for the knowledge? Like what did Helio say? The belt only covers 2 inches of your ass. And I was like, I hear you. You want me to throw my point of view out there first?
Go ahead. Yeah.
All right, check it. So I know when I started jiu-jitsu, right, it was because I'd seen Royce Gracie and I'd seen the old UFCs. And I'm like, oh, man, that shit is cool. This would be awesome. Blah, blah, blah. Like, I want to do that. I want to be able to do these cool things, right? And I really didn't know what I was truly getting myself into, okay? Found my school. I was down at the shore and whatnot. Met up with Hassett. Started training. As a white belt, as a brand new white belt, I really just did not know what I was truly getting myself into.
Yeah, that's true.
But I knew I wanted to be a black belt at this. I wanted to be like, man, I have mastered jiu-jitsu. Like, I wanted that, okay? Wow. And it took me a long time. And as the time progressed, I was realizing, okay, it's not like, it's not a shake and bake belt. It's not like, okay, hey, you showed up this many days. Here's your belt. Yeah. Here's your next belt. I realized it turned into a multiple years-long commitment. But I wanted my black belt. Now, we'll go back and forth, but tell me where your head was at when you started.
Okay, so for me, when I started, I just wanted to learn jiu-jitsu. I didn't have any concept of like belts or anything like that. I just wanted to learn jiu-jitsu. I remember asking my friend, and he was into martial arts, but it was some other kind of karate or something. I'm like,
right.
Hey, dude, so like, how long is it gonna take me to get like pretty good if I start this jiu-jitsu thing? He's like, oh man, you're gonna be like dangerous in about 6 months. Okay, really? Okay, I'm gonna try it. But I just wanted to learn jiu-jitsu. I didn't have any concept of what does that mean by learning jiu-jitsu. Does that mean you're a blue belt? I didn't know. And then when I went in there and I saw Gus, Gus is larger than life to me. He's this world champion guy, who's done it all basically. I didn't even see myself ever getting to that level of not world champion, but getting a belt like that, a black belt. It was so foreign to me. It was so far removed from my thought process. I was just there. I'm just taking one day at a time. Actually, I think that's how I did my whole journey. To be honest, I just took one day. How to eat an elephant, one bite at a time.
Right,
that's kind
absolutely.
of what I did. The only time I think it clicked for me that I might, I kind of wanted to get my black belt was when I was deep into my purple belt. I was like kind of like, halfway through my purple. I'm like, I'm gonna get this black belt now. I'm gonna really try to put some more effort in. But then that was years in though.
Yeah. So, and I get that. The main goal for sure. Is this the main goal? A goal for sure is like, I want to be good at jiu-jitsu. Yeah. Right? And I did, and I still do. I want to be good at jiu-jitsu. And I just showed up and I took my ass beatings and because when I was there, this was like the survival of the fittest. You know what I mean?
I remember it was different back then.
Right. So I was just going in and literally just getting beat up day after day after day. And then I started to just notice, okay, I'm getting beat up a little bit less.
Yeah.
Oh, or not that I'm getting beat up less, but the way he used to beat me up doesn't work as well. Now he's beating me up a different way, you know? So I learned how to avoid getting beat up by these moves. So now he just switched over to these moves. So I was getting ragdolled, right? I was getting ragdolled, and I just knew, though, I want to get better. I want to be able to do this. And then, when other white belts started showing up after me, that's when you say, okay, I can see I'm getting better, right? And I'm like, but I'm going to be a black belt at someday, right? I don't know how long it's going to take. I don't know how many valleys I must cross, you know, but I'm getting this black belt. And I was getting better, right? And I was getting better. And, dude.
Yeah, but see, for me, though, we didn't even have black belts. We had one. Gus, everybody was a blue belt. So my first goal was just, I couldn't even see myself getting a blue belt. Being a blue belt was like being a black belt damn near. Because think of a whole school of white belts, but then you had maybe like 10 or 15 guys that were blue belt, but they were all just badasses, right?
I got you.
Rex, Trevor, all these guys, you know, just these old school guys that were just mauling you.
Okay.
So I'm like, dang, it means if I get a blue belt, I'm gonna be like one of those guys. Like,
which is pretty damn dangerous.
Yeah.
Right, because so my buddy Rick McCulley, he got his blue belt maybe a year or two before me, right? And he could probably still beat my ass to this day. But, you know, it was like, I'm fighting this guy. He's younger than me. He's as big as I am. He trains. He competes all the time. He was like going down to Brazil and whatnot to compete. They called him the Vanilla Gorilla, right? So, you know, he was out there.
Yeah.
Like, I think he's got a good match against one of those Gracie brothers, the grandkids.
oh yeah.
Yeah, you know, I mean,
Henner
great,
and-
yeah,
Henner and
one of
Hoyt.
those two. And like he was deep into it, right? And I was like, oh man, if I could be a blue belt like him. So I'm with you on that, right?
Yeah.
If I can be a blue belt like that, I'll be dangerous, right? I was like, I'm gonna be able to kick half the world's ass if I can do this.
Yeah.
And I got you, I feel you. And then when I finally got my blue belt, I was like, oh, okay, I'm making some progress, right? But I still knew I wanted this black belt. Like I'm in it for the long haul, right?
Yeah.
But
Like
I was still taking L's. I was still taking beat ups.
Yeah.
Right.
Like I just remember just being in it was enough for me. Just the fact, like I had a sense of just, I don't know, it's gonna sound corny, but I had a sense of like honor, like a lot of pride, basically saying, yeah, I train in jiu-jitsu.
Right.
And I had been a white belt for, you know, I was a white belt for 3 years, but I remember even 2 years in my white belt, I was like, yeah, I train in jiu-jitsu. And I felt like, I didn't even care. I just felt like, man, I'm doing something that's legit, you know. So a regular guy that doesn't train, I'm so far removed from him. I mean, it's so different. I didn't even care about, like, I truly didn't care about the belt. I mean, I wanted my belt, but it wasn't really on my mind at that point.
Damn.
It was too early for that. And maybe it was just a different culture because of the fact that we didn't have black belts there. We just had the blue belts.
Okay. Well, remember when I started with John, he was a purple belt.
Oh, yeah,
right?
you did say
Yeah,
that.
he was a purple belt when he started. So I didn't see any black belts other than like the Hoist Gracies and stuff like that, and like Henzo, and like watching Pride Fighting Championships, watching the UFCs still. So I knew that it was out there, right? And I'm figuring, okay, here I am. I think I'm getting okay. I'm getting decent, but I'm like still 4 levels lower than this guy. It's like they got to be so much better. There's so much more mastery that I can get, right?
Yeah.
And in my mind, I'm still like, if I'm actually going to ever be anything like them, that means I got to be their belt. Now, obviously, this isn't true because you got catch wrestlers, you got judo guys, you got all these other, you know, submission grappling arts that are just as good. I mean, like you throw one of these guys against him, and you know he'll give him a hard time. But the discipline that I chose has a belt system.
Yeah.
And I was like, this is part of it, right? So I want to see that progression. Like if I was right now 24 some odd years in and they're like, oh yeah, you know, he's still a blue belt. Dude, I'd be pissed. Like
Oh yeah, I think
don't-
it's yeah.
I don't know if I could have stayed that long.
But see, I think that just what happens. You're just gonna get better. It's one of those things. If you keep doing jujitsu, you'll get good at it, right?
Totally.
You will become proficient if you just keep training. You don't have to have any special sauce. Just keep training.
Yes, I agree.
so-
Train with a purpose. Train like to get better.
I think if you just train, period. If a guy came in 3 days a week, I don't care. At some point, he'll get his black belt. If he trained for 15 years,
I
dude,
agree.
he's gonna be good. How could you not be if you train?
Yes.
Even if you just turn your brain off, you'd still be through osmosis.
Hell, I
Just
think a lot of
rolling.
times you should turn your brain
Sometimes you
off.
should, yeah.
So, but if you're doing it, right, if you're putting in all this work, wouldn't you want to see the reward? Wouldn't you want to see the progression around your waist? And I get it. In fact, this is for all of you out there because I know there's going to inevitably be some people
Yeah.
go, I don't even care about the belt. I still don't care about the belt right now. And I just train because I love it. Cool. I mean, hell, that's why they got no-gi stuff, right? But
Yeah, I was
even
gonna say.
no-gi guys have belts. Go figure, right? But
They really don't, though, do they? Because you could be labeled a black belt, but I mean, think about it. If it's a no-gi day and you're in the school, no one knows if I'm a black
For
belt
sure.
or not. So
For
it's
sure.
kind of like that's
Yes.
the truest form of
the
just.
truest form, yes.
So I really don't care about the belt because I actually like people not knowing what I am, and I like sometimes not knowing what they are. And you just roll and you're like, oh, this guy's good, dude, or this guy sucks. This guy's probably a blue belt. You could just tell. I kind of like that.
Okay, but again, to me, then it becomes a different thing from, or it becomes a different kind of martial art. You know what I mean? Like, martial art, I guess I'm still looking at more of the traditional sense to it.
Yeah,
where,
present jiu-jitsu, you're gonna have the belt.
right, you're going to have something to show for
Yes,
it.
your little stripes and all that. Yeah, I get it.
So and listen, respect for everybody who is just a straight up submission grappler. They're not interested in showing their levels.
That'd
They
be me.
just
That'd be me.
they just want to show their skill set. So here's the issue, though. Here's a little, and this is ego, right? I can admit when ego exists. If you've become this great submission grappler and you've never had on a gi, and you're like, hey, man, the mats don't lie. You got to show it to me on the mat. Well, at some point in time, you hit the apex, and then you start going down, right? So now you've got all this time in. You've got all this massive skill set built up, but you can't do it like you used to do it, right? And now you got these newer guys. They come in and they're rolling with you, and they're like, "Oh, well, is he like how long has he been doing this?
Yeah.
He's not that good. I'm catching him all the time." And the reality is, okay, fine, they're catching you. Technically, they're better at you now. They're better than you are now than you used to be back in the past. But that black belt, it's still like it's that indicator. It says, hey, man, yeah, I get it, young buck. You're whooping my ass now. But it's like back in my day.
I don't think that was gonna happen. You're gonna have to be really old for that, though.
You think?
Yes, I think.
What
so.
do you consider really old, though, dude?
Like 70 or something? Like old, dude. Old, like really, really old, dude.
Oh, man, I don't know. You could be in those 50s and 60s.
I don't have people
and
just
start.
I'm in
some
my
people
60s.
start
I don't have people
deteriorating.
just tap me out like that.
No,
like, that
nobody's
are-
just
that are,
tapping you out.
just because they're younger than me. That ain't gonna happen. Now I have people that are younger. If you're, let's say you're a younger guy, you're like 20s or 30s,
Uh-huh.
and you're one of those purple belts that you train 7 days a week. Yeah, it's
Right.
gonna be a handful, dude. I'll admit that. That age is gonna make a difference. But that's a guy that would probably give me a hard run, even if I was younger. If he's training 7 days a week and I'm only training 3 days a week, you know what I mean?
Okay, but
It's more of a
okay,
competition
let's run
purple
this.
belt,
Let's
is
run
what I'm
this
saying.
scenario. You trained 7 days a week when you were younger, when you were the same age as him, right?
Okay.
And you did all your thing, and boom, you've got this massive skill set. And in one scenario, you have this black belt to show for it. In the other scenario, you don't. You just have the skill set to show for it. Now you're starting to be on that dip. You're starting to go back down a little bit because you're slowing down. You can't go as hard. You can't go as fast. And now you got this young buck coming up who's doing 7 days a week. And he's getting up there. And
Yeah.
let's say now he's to where at a purple belt level, the same way you were at a purple belt level. But now you've come up to black belt, but now you've aged out and you got slower. And now you guys are maybe matching up, or maybe you're catching him once in a while, he catches you once in a while. but you're still you're kind of doing that 7 days a week,
yeah.
right? But he's catching you because you're older, because you're starting to
Yeah,
slow
they'll wear
a
you
little
down.
bit.
I mean, that could happen. Like if they're going at a super high pace, they might just start wearing you down.
Right.
You're like, I can't keep up that pace. I'm older. Sorry, dude.
So by pure
compete.
skill set, you guys are now the same.
Yeah, to a degree.
Not
No,
to a
not really
degree.
skill set. No, I would
No,
say
I'm
how you
saying-
apply the skills.
Well, yeah, he's got the same skills. You got the same skills. You're applying them equally, but you're applying them equally because you're on the downstroke and he's still going up.
Okay.
Is what I'm saying. You guys have met as one went up and one went
Yeah,
down.
yeah,
Now
yeah.
you've met.
Like Benjamin Buttons when he was really old.
Yeah, right.
and
Right in
he
that
liked
middle
chick,
ground.
and they met,
And that's when he
they
met
were
the
both
chick, right? Yeah.
But that's actually a good analogy. That's about what we're talking about.
Yeah. So, but you're not the same.
Yeah.
And that's my point, right? You're not the same. You're now let's go to the scenario where you're wearing a belt.
Okay.
You are a black belt who can maybe not keep up with a competitive purple belt anymore. But he is a competitive purple belt. And one day, because he was training just as hard and just as often as you, he will be a black belt.
Yeah.
Right? But he's not yet. And I'm like, there lies the difference. Like, you've been to the mountaintop.
Yeah, yeah.
And now you're kind of on your way back down. And there's a difference.
Well,
man.
yeah, a lot of it's mental too. So like going back to that competitive purple belt, he's competitive. That's his mindset too. Like he wants to win every roll.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
Like for me, like I don't really care. You know what I mean?
Yes,
So I
now,
can't
right.
make myself want to beat this guy on a roll so badly. I just don't really care.
I got that. But I'm saying, let's say you were that competitive purple
Yes.
belt years ago.
Yes.
And you were competitive all the way up to black belt.
Yes.
And this guy hadn't even started, or maybe he
Yeah.
was a little baby getting started. But now I'm saying you still have that competitiveness. You just can't do it like you used to.
Okay.
So now I'm saying you've come down to the level that he's at,
Yeah.
but only because of age
Physicality.
and wear and tear. So you are the same guy. It's just he hasn't gotten to where you were.
Yeah.
And that's what I mean. Like, there's a difference between the two of you. You know what I mean? Like, that's where that black belt kind of still shines. And you go, hey, man, I got you, young boy. You're doing the damn thing. I can barely keep up with you. I get it. You're getting better still.
Well, yeah, because I think ultimately, being a black belt doesn't mean you have to be the toughest guy in your school. It doesn't mean
Agreed.
that on the mats, right? Because then that means that if I don't know, you could just take Big Trevor. If he beats somebody, then that guy's not a black belt then.
Right.
You don't have black belt
Right,
anymore. Why? 'Cause
exactly.
you couldn't
That's
beat
not
Trevor.
the case.
Like it's just silly, right?
That's not the case.
There's different metrics that make up, a person's, I guess, a black belt.
Totally.
Right? Teaching, knowledge, how you apply the skills. Yeah, I think those are going to be your main ones.
And I guess this is, again, I can admit there's ego to it, but isn't it nice to say, well, yeah, I used to be here.
Yeah.
Because, and this is why I have this belt.
Yeah.
This is why they strapped this one on me, because I do have the knowledge, skills, and
that's kinda
abilities
cool.
to show it. Because if you see me now, I'm 60 plus, I'm 65, 66 years old. I still have that knowledge and skills,
Yeah.
but my ability might not be what it used to be, right? But I'm still
Now that
a
would
black
be
belt.
that would apply more towards like a younger guy who's a black belt now. Not so
Yeah,
much me.
yeah.
That wouldn't really apply to me because I've only had my black belt as an older guy because I started later in life.
Totally.
That'd be awesome if I was a black belt when I was like 30. Shoot, I wish that would be
I
cool.
know, man. That'd be badass, right?
Yeah, that'd be good.
So, yes, and you're right. That I mean, that's why I gave a
Yeah.
hypothetical that way.
Yeah.
And that's why I guess also I kind of understand where you were coming from, and you go, well, maybe I'll never get a black belt because you started like in your 40s or something
Yeah,
like that,
I think I was
right?
47.
Yeah,
when I
so
started.
it's like, to you might be like, oh, shit, man. I just want to get good. I just want to get as good as I can. And I'm not just hyper-focused on ultimately becoming that black belt. Me, I wanted to get good, but I wasn't too old. I was like 24, 25,
That's
something like that.
young, yes.
Yeah, that's not bad, right? But I wanted to be a black belt. I did, dude. I like being a black belt.
But so is that the end goal for everybody? So I would say probably not. And the reason why I would say definitely no because what's the percentage of people getting a black belt?
Not
It's
a lot.
Pretty low, right?
Very low. And you're right. So if that's not the end goal, which is what we ultimately started talking about here, right? Okay, I can accept that. What is your goal then? Like, I would like to know from you guys, if black belt is not your goal, what do you want from BJJ? What do you want from submission grappling?
Maybe they're getting it already though. Maybe they're getting just the camaraderie, the fights in there. Like I was talking to that wrestler kid, and we were both agreeing. It's like, man, it's healthy especially for a man. You need to go in there and get some fights on, get some aggression out. It's a good thing for a guy, especially in this era.
I agree.
So a lot of guys, maybe you're already getting what you need out of it, and you're learning, and the byproduct is you're starting to get better. Like I'll give you an example. Like I want to shout out Big James.
Okay.
James is one guy that I think I could totally see that guy getting a black belt because like he loves jiu-jitsu.
Absolutely.
And I don't think he was thinking about anything. He reminds me of me, like his mindset.
Well, I say he started around the same time,
same age as I.
as
He's
you.
47 when he started, and he's got his blue belt now. And I just see him as a guy who just keeps training, and then he'll just one day he's just gonna get a black.
Comes.
It's just gonna happen. But I don't think that he's even thinking about getting a black belt right now. I don't think he's thinking. Now, James, you can correct me if I'm wrong, but I didn't even see him talking about a blue belt. He didn't even really care.
You're right.
He just loved it. Yeah, he could care less.
Okay, so is this an age gap thing?
I don't know, man.
I mean, a lot of things are age gap things.
Yeah, it could be.
Because, okay, shit. How about this? If you're a younger guy, if you're in your 20s right now, let's say 20s, pre-30, before you're 30, what are your thoughts on attaining a black belt? Is that one of your goals? And on the flip side, if you're an older guy after your 30s, and hell, damn sure if you're starting in your 40s,
Yeah.
are you looking at it for that belt or is it something else? Man.
My personal opinion is that I think most people are just training. I don't think many people are coming in saying they want to be a black belt. Now, I think there's a few that do that.
Okay.
But they have to have some knowledge of the sport, or there's something about it that really drives them to it.
Gotcha.
Like for you like those old Hoist Gracie fights and all that. I get it. So you might have some of those people like that, but I think that's going to be a smaller demographic. I think your average guy just, hey, it sounds kind of cool, jiu-jitsu, I'm going to try it. And before you know it, it gets its little hooks in you.
And it's addictive.
Jiu-jitsu's got all 4 hooks in, right? And it's got the one arm here for you to, you can't get out, right?
Right.
You try to get out, it's like, nope, I got you.
You have to
try to quit.
You have to submit to jiu-jitsu.
Try quitting. James, I dare you to quit. Try it. No, I don't do it. I don't want to. I want James to. But James, he ain't quitting, dude.
Right?
Right?
It's
He
like,
loves it. He
I don't know if you
freaking loves
remember a Bronx Tale when they lock all the bikers in and say, now you can't leave.
That's jiu-jitsu. Now you can't leave.
Jiu-jitsu.
Right?
Now you can't
So
leave.
that's what I think it's that. And then as you start progressing the sport, then you start kind of looking at the martial arts side. You start looking at the belts. Oh, how come this guy's got his belts purple?
Right.
What's up? How come I didn't get one? Then you start caring more because you're caring. You're kind of comparing yourself to other people in the school.
Okay.
And it is a pecking order. There's a pecking order to it. Right?
And you want to be
and you want
towards
to be.
the top.
You want your accolades, right?
Yeah.
You want your accolades. I tell you what.
Again,
I
that
felt good when I got
healthy
that blue
ego.
belt.
It is a healthy amount of ego.
Dude, we
You
all
wanna
have
be
ego.
good.
Because
Totally.
we're here in the school, we have an ego.
For sure.
People that don't train, like you have to have some type of ego to walk in the door.
I agree. Okay, I'm leaning towards agreeing with you that maybe most people don't come in thinking I want to be a black belt. That's
Okay,
I could understand that. I can see where you're coming from.
well, here's a way to make it real easily.
Okay.
This will be clear. Think of all the girls that come in, women, females, whatever you want to call it. Do you think they come in and say, I want to be a black belt? Think of those 2 girls that joined. I don't remember the names, but those 2 girls.
Right.
Do you think they came in saying, oh, I want to be black belt? They just want to train, dude, and they love it.
Okay.
Now, it'd be funny if I asked them, like, yeah, I want to be a black belt. I really doubt it. I'm
definitely going to
But
ask
I
them
guarantee they just love the sport, and they're getting into it a little bit, and like, okay, it's kind of cool. And now you can tell they like it more because they're putting more into it. They're rolling more. And what's going to happen is they're just going to organically just start getting better. One day they're going to get their blue belt. Like, holy crap, I got a blue belt. Like,
Right.
I think
It's
once you
just-
get that first belt, then you're like,
You can
okay,
see the
I
progression,
can see
right.
that I might want to get that next belt now.
Okay.
And then the next belt.
Okay. I can
You know,
I
we
can kind of
should've
get
asked-
behind you on this.
We should have asked Kelsey. What was her?
Yeah,
Did
yeah,
she
yeah.
talk about that at all? Kelsey Carter? Shout out to Kelsey Carter,
remember,
wherever she is.
she wanted to compete.
She
Like,
wanted
she
to-
came into this
Oh yeah, she wanted to compete
fully as a sports thing.
as a sport, but she didn't necessarily want to say, "I want to be the a black belt." I think she
where
just
we
wanted
also have to you also have to look at it because we've even agreed before. We think most people come in for self-defense first.
Self-defense,
right?
yeah.
And with self-defense, you're not required to get to a black belt
Exactly.
level to be able to protect yourself.
Correct.
So Okay. All right, like you're convincing me. You're convincing me. You're getting me across the line. You're getting me across the line here. So now I really have to just speak more towards my own anecdotal self and say that's what I was looking for.
Well,
but maybe that's not what everybody's looking for.
And I think it turns into that though. Like I said, once you're in the sport, once the sport kind of gets its hooks in you, then you're like, okay, no, I'm already in this, man. Now I want to ride it out. I want to see how far I can get.
Damn.
But that takes a while, and that may be longer for each individual. I don't know what the time for me. It was like I said, it was like purple belt, where I deep in purple belt, where I saw like, okay, I think I want to get a black belt, dude. I'm not quitting. Like I already had like years and years in. I was like, dude, I've already invested this long. Like,
You're in too deep.
I want to get that now. I want to get the belt.
I always said that too, right? I've said that a lot of times. I think people who hit purple belt, the
You did say
chances
that.
of them not
Yes.
becoming a black belt, it's
Slim.
freaking slim, dude.
Yeah.
Like if you made it this far, it's like, what the hell do you mean you quit?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh man.
But you're right. Look how different it was back then. Like you didn't have any black belts. It was just Hassett as a purple
Yeah.
belt. Check this out. I remember. I think I told this story before, but I was a white belt, and we had a seminar at one point. This one black belt was doing a seminar. It wasn't Gus. He brought another guy in.
Okay.
But for whatever reason, there were 2 black belts at the school at the same time, and the whole school was like tripping. I was like, dude, look, there's like 3 black belts because it was Gus and these other 2 black belts. And then we were all rolling. It was like, okay, open mat now. We're rolling. And then, sure enough, the 2 black belts started rolling with each other.
Everybody stopped.
Everybody stopped, dude. It was like a circle. The whole school was like, dude. It was like amazing. And they had this, beat down, drag out fight.
It's like watching 2 dragons come out of nowhere and start fighting each
awesome.
other. You're like, holy shit, these mythical
You
creatures.
know what's weird? It's like, I kind of miss that. It was cool, though. But
Oh, it's
like,
super
you
cool
can
back in the
never
day.
recreate that. It's
Absolutely
gone.
not.
It was
Those days are gone.
It's
Those
gone.
days are long
And here,
gone.
check, here's what we get now. Now I get this white belt. Yo, man, you want to roll? Come on, man. What happened? It used to be the mystical, right? Larger than life figure. Now I get a random white belt. Yo, what's up, man? Let's go.
Now you're Joe Schmo.
Yeah. No respect.
They're like, dude, there's like 15 black belts in
Yeah.
here. I'm just gonna pick one.
No respect.
That's funny. Rodney Dangerfield.
No respect. No.
Okay.
It's crazy how it's changed.
Damn. Well, yeah, and it's changed just due to the proliferation and the ubiquity of jiu-jitsu.
Yeah, I mean,
it's
it has
everywhere.
to. It has to.
I'll tell you where you probably could go if you're in like some little tiny Midwest town where there's nothing really around and you're doing jiu-jitsu and like maybe it's a smaller school.
You might be able to recreate it
You
there.
might be able to recreate it
You're
there
right, you're right.
because they're like, holy shit.
Yeah.
It's like, wow, this guy came from the big city and he brought them Umo Platas.
Yeah. I think there's a lot of schools. You're right.
I'm not talking shit to any Midwest people out there.
No, but I
love
mean,
the Midwest.
it might be less common there. I know wrestling's really big in the Midwest, depending on where
Right.
you are. Wrestling's huge, like in
Yeah.
Wisconsin, Michigan, a lot of wrestlers out
Definitely.
there. But could be. Yeah, I see a lot of schools out there that are starting with like a purple belt instructor.
Or
You still see that.
when I went to the Philippines, but damn, that was a long time ago too. I was about to say when I went to the Philippines. Remember I told you there was just that one guy, and there was like no other higher belts. But then shit,
What belt was he?
we're still talking 15 years ago. He was like a
then,
purple
yeah, it's a
belt.
long time ago.
Hell, we're talking more than 15 years ago.
Okay, that doesn't count.
That doesn't even count. All right,
dude,
man.
that's 15
I was
years ago.
I was trying to come up with a story, but
That is back in the day.
you're right. That's still back in the day. Holy shit, I was a purple belt a long time ago, dude.
Yeah.
I was a purple belt like 20. No, not 20. 16 years ago? I don't even know. Huh. Yeah, man, get your black belt, everybody. It's cool. You're going to like it if you get a black belt.
Yeah, you may not like it. I don't think I think it's the same thing in my opinion. It doesn't really. I mean, what is the black benefit? It's
We've
it's
talked
an
about it.
accomplishment.
I think a black belt is freedom.
It's pretty cool. Yeah, it's freedom.
I think a
worth
black
it.
belt is freedom,
Yes.
dude. Like
I do like that.
Yeah.
I do like that.
Yeah.
You get freedom.
Because I feel that I can self-direct my training so
Correct.
much more.
Correct.
And I have the requisite understanding to be able to self-direct my
Yes.
training. Like, there's not much I haven't seen, right?
Yes.
Like, you can surprise me with, like, a cool variation of something, but I get it. I understand the mechanics of it. I've seen something like this. I've seen somebody get their shit ripped off and snapped up with something that kind of looks like that. I'm like, I like it. Like, realistically, you've been training so long that you could watch a video, see it once or twice, and go out and teach what you just saw.
That's true.
It's like
100%.
that's how deep you are into
Yeah,
this.
we're
man.
in deep. Yeah.
Like that's cool. It's almost like the Matrix.
It
It's
is
damn
cool.
near like they plugged it in the back of your
That is
head,
kinda cool.
and you're like, I know kung fu.
Yeah.
You know, it's cool, man. Get your black
That's
belt.
mat
everybody.
time, though, right?
But it's just mat time.
Yeah,
it's just you've been flooded with so much jujitsu over your lifetime now that it's just second nature. So, yeah, man. I don't know. I'm really interested. If you guys have a perspective on it, share it with us because that's going to be an interesting one. I want to go back and forth with a couple people on that one. I know we're gonna get
Okay,
like
check it
Halen
out.
and Randy jumping
No,
in.
so let's talk about Halen. All
Okay.
right? Shout out to Halen. What's up, Halen? He's a boy. We gotta get little boy back on.
Always.
I don't think Halen joined saying I'm be a black belt. I think he just he just wanted to do jiu-jitsu. I don't know what made Halen join, but I don't think he had any real, because did he have some like specific goals? I just think he thought it was cool.
Yeah,
he
I
just
think-
wanted to train. Maybe one of his buddies did it or
I
something.
think, well, Rex, remember? He
Oh,
knows-
yeah.
knows
He came.
and all
Rex
that,
brought him
Rex,
in, and he just
yeah.
liked it. And because like for a long time, man, Halen kind of sucked. Hell, he did. Hey man, hey, it's okay, man. He don't suck now, man. He's good.
Yeah, for
Halen's
sure.
good.
And,
But he
and
turned
wait
the
a
corner,
minute.
and then he
what's
got
a
addicted.
long time?
That was a long time ago.
Yeah.
Come on, we all sucked a long time ago, right? I'm just teasing, man.
You're gonna
Halen's
make this
good.
man
Halen's
cry. He's gonna be like, "I want to be on the next episode."
good. He started getting pretty good at blue belt though. When he got his blue belt, like he
yeah,
started like
he got laser focused.
yeah, he's like he's gonna be pretty good. I think
Yeah,
he's
he's going to be a really, really good teacher. I mean, he's already a good teacher and everything, so more power to
good.
him.
Yeah, shout out to him.
But yeah, now I'm gonna start asking some of the people at our classes. I'm like, what was your goal, man? I guess we need to do that more. We talk to these jokers all the time, but we should ask them like,
I don't. You know why we didn't have a goal? Because check it out, there would have been no black belts in our school.
nobody for to talk to, or nobody
So-
who would actually give you the time to talk to you.
No, like there was no other black belt except Gus. So that was a foreign concept to us. You know, the first black belt we saw outside of Gus at our school,
That would be me.
Harold Schaefer.
That would
Actually,
be
what's
me.
funny about that? Check this out. Had you not moved down, we might have had any black belt. I might owe you my black belt. Oh my God!
That's
Thanks,
funny.
Harold. I'm glad you came down. No, but I'm saying in a strange way though. There's an element of truth to what I'm saying because
feel
there were
you.
no black belts, and the schools where it's like that's so weird. We got this other black belt.
It's like the water over
It's-
the dam, right? That first
it's like-
little
yeah,
couple
yeah.
of drops come over, and then you're like, "Oh shit, it's okay."
And I think Gus is like,
"It's okay
"We
to
got
have
a
other black belts."
The world's still okay. All right, I'm gonna make my black belts. And then all of a sudden, like I want to say it was within, was it like 6 months or so? It was pretty.
It was within a year.
Within that year,
Within a year,
he had his
yeah.
first promotion, and there were
Yeah,
like
right,
he
we
did
had,
like 6 or 7 black belts.
Right,
Like
yeah. You had
Rex,
Rex, you
Trevor,
had freaking Dave.
all those guys.
you had,
Dave Henson,
Your first three was Rex, Henson,
Henson.
and
Skyler. I think it was Skyler. right?
no, he didn't.
No?
he-
The Marshall guy.
Yep. Brandon.
Brandon.
Huh. You're right. And then like within a year or so
And
after
then it just
that,
opened
then
up then-
we had yeah. Because then Monkey Feet. When did he get?
Monkey Feet got his.
Yep. All right.
And then it was like, okay, it's normal. Now we can have some black belts.
All right. You just needed like an inoculation of.
Yeah.
It's like it's okay.
You were that first shot.
I was like a vaccine.
Yeah. Yeah. And check it out. What if that spread to other schools? And it turns out you were patient zero. You were responsible for all the black belts. That'd be crazy. Yeah. Right.
Like a fucking outbreak monkey.
What if all the other schools says, "Oh man, look, these guys got black belts. We gotta make our own black belts." Then this go, "Oh yeah, we gotta make our black belts too."
I mean,
you know what,
shit. Let's be real though, right? If that's the case,
You could be
look
responsible
at
for all
everybody
the
who
black
went over
belts
to
in Northern
who went to
California.
Aries.
That's terrible.
Like, no, think about it. Everybody went to Aries as they were getting their black belts and their promotions and stuff like that. I mean, a lot of them came from Infinite. You
Yeah,
got
but those black belts were already that had occurred before that.
well, no, I'm saying right because like Benny and all those guys, they got their black belts and then
Yes.
moved on.
Oh yeah. And
but you're right.
Yeah, yeah.
But that was after.
Oh, Benny, that's another one.
Yeah, dude,
Man,
that
I
was-
miss that guy, Benny. Shout out to Benny,
I still talk to him
man.
on Facebook. He's
Oh,
fucking
really?
great. Yeah.
What's up, Benny? I hope he's watching, man. He's a good dude.
That'd be cool. But
Yeah.
yeah, man, like you're right. Okay. Then hell, my job is done here.
See,
All right.
what's funny? I don't even remember you in the school and Benny at the same time. Were you guys?
Yeah, dude. That's my
Really?
homie. We used to go to the bar next
I
door
don't
and
remember
everything.
that at all. Like I don't remember seeing you.
You know why? Because I think you and I didn't hang out enough. Like
Yeah.
you were there, I was there. It was me, you, Chris Roberson. It's like, but
Was
it's
Julio
like
there at the time? Black Belt Julio?
Julio, yeah. I used to
Really?
work out with Julio.
I see. I don't remember that. I don't remember seeing you and Julio
That's
in the same room.
crazy, dude. Yeah.
I see you and purple belt Julio, not black belt Julio.
Dude, that's because he came like 10 years later.
man.
Not 10,
This
but
goes
yeah.
by
But
quick.
yeah, dude, me and Julio, when he was working over at the spot, I used to go because they had a
You're
gym
happy.
at his office he worked at.
Man,
hell yeah.
I would have Don King that. Like, okay, so a good roll. I would have sent you a roll with Benny. That would have been a good roll.
I have rolled with Benny.
Oh, that would have been awesome, man. I would have Don King that one for sure, dude. I would have set up some good matches.
Because Benny and I, we have that same dog bar, except yeah,
did that?
Yes, dude. Like,
Did you get it from Benny?
no, hell no. I got that. Look, I got that from my boy Emery. Shout out to Emery.
Benny did a lot of deep half, right? Benny did a lot of deep half. I
Yes,
think.
he did some deep half.
Very similar
stuff.
game to yours.
But yeah, dude, I remember freaking Sky and all those guys.
Yeah,
like,
Sky, I remember those
dude,
dudes.
This is.
All right, all these new people, like, who are these guys are talking
I
about?
know, right?
Sorry.
I know. Sorry.
We need
we
to go
went.
to,
we
have
went
a little
way
reunion.
down memory lane.
We have to go to Aries one day. Shout out to the Aries boys. Have a
Hell
little reunion or
yeah.
something.
I know. See all the homies.
Yeah.
Anyway, look, I don't think we mentioned like, subscribe, share these episodes, and when you do share them, tell your friends, hey, comment and tell these guys what they're talking about. Tell
There you
us
go.
about whether or not you joined because you plan to get that black belt. If you've already got that black belt, let us know. Did you want it to begin with? Like, was that the goal for you? Or did it just kind of drop into your lap after years and years of blood, sweat, and tears? Interesting.
And when was that? When was that like a
Oh, my
like a
God.
desire to get the belt? When did it shift from just training without really a purpose to like
Right.
I want to get my black belt? What
Yeah.
belt did that happen at?
Damn. Now I got another quick thought to this.
What you got?
If you guys wouldn't mind, drop in a comment how long you've been training in your belts.
Oh, there you go.
You know,
That's good.
that's interesting.
Yeah.
I'm interested to know who the hell's actually listening to anything we got to say here. I'm because I'm hoping it like covers the whole spectrum. But yeah, let us know how long you've been training and what belt are you. All right. Other than that, I mean, keep training. Get your black belt if you
Don't worry
haven't.
about your
If
belt.
you already got your black belt, keep training just because who the hell's gonna quit jujitsu? We already said it before. You can't really quit.
You can't
just
quit.
take
It's
a
got the
break.
hooks. Yeah, you take
Yeah,
breaks.
you
You
just
take extended
a
breaks.
break. Take extended breaks. But don't take too many extended breaks because then you'll hate yourself because then you're like, especially if you're not a black belt yet, because you're going to see all your buddies keep getting better and you're going to be sitting on the sideline.
Yeah.
That hurts. All right, Rod. What else you got for these
Keep
belts?
training, man. Don't worry about the belt. Now I see why they say that. Don't worry about that. Now it makes sense because you really shouldn't. If you really think it out,
If you're
you
chasing
think it
the belt,
if you
yeah.
come back to its final conclusion, you really shouldn't think about it. It doesn't really matter at the end of the day.
You don't think it could be like a motivating factor for people now?
I don't think it should. I mean, it
You don't
could
think it
be, but
should be a
I don't think
motivating
it should
factor.
be.
Man.
I don't know if it's necessarily the healthiest one.
Okay.
I don't know. No, I don't mean that in a bad way. I just don't
No,
know because you might. I don't know.
I told you, you've brought me around some. You've brought me around. You've moved me
Move the
closer
needle a
to
little
your
bit.
point of view.
All right. I'm
You've
happy
moved
with that.
me closer
That's happy
to
enough.
your
I'm
point.
cool. I'm gonna take that.
It's
Take
a
that and
win.
get when I got that.
Hell yeah. It is a win, sir.
Yep.
All right, everybody. Well, let us know what you think. Thank you guys for listening to us. We really appreciate it. Keep training, and I guess we're going to holler at you next time, right?
Sounds good.
Hell
Keep
yeah.
training.
Us.
Let's.